From cast iron skillets to flute cake pans, wedge pans, and Dutch ovens. Here we have the Lodge Foundry, Lodge Cast Iron Factory Store. And founded in 1994, it sells cast iron cookware. And right here you have this sculpture, which looks like robots that are whipping up some breakfast or something of that nature. There's one on the grill right here. This one's name is Ferris. This one's name is Penelope. And this one's name is Lucky, this dog right here. And this is all courtesy of Duncan III in 2021. This is the Lodge Cast Iron Company. Let's get it. Peace and positivity, subscribers and viewers. This is P9 and I am here in South Pittsburg, Tennessee. South Pittsburg is part of the Chattanooga, Tennessee metropolitan area with a population of 3,100 citizens. And it's a beautiful Tuesday morning. And right outside, I'm standing right outside this building right here. It's the South Pittsburg Hometown Stove Company, U.S. Stove Company. Established 1869, so this red building right here. Now, South Pittsburg is one of those small, like mountain towns in the southern portion of Tennessee, not far from the Alabama state line, Alabama and Georgia state lines. And like I said before, it's part of the Chattanooga area, so it's pretty much like a suburb, bedroom community, if you will. But it has its own downtown, which is where I'm located. Now, South Pittsburg started off as a quiet town, like a railroad town, off of the Nashville and Chattanooga Railroad. And this was dating back to the 1860s. Now, because of the railroad established growth here in the town. And you know, I got to get the sculptures and the markers. So here is a little display right here that has the mayors of South Pittsburg. Here's all of them right here. It's so many to name, but it's the current mayor is Samantha B. Rector, and the first mayor was John Kelly back in the 1800s. So South Pittsburg was a town that was established after the Civil War. So we're not going to see all the cannons and all of those Civil War displays here. But this marker right here, which symbolizes the birthplace of Jobina Lancaster Ralston Arlen. And Jobina Ralston became a silent movie actress, appearing in more than 90 films during her career. She made her stage acting debut at Wilson Theater in South Pittsburg at the age of 9. Ralston later studied theater in New York around 1915, where she dropped the letter U from her surname and became a Broadway chorus dancer. And about 1920, she made her silent film debut in short comedies. She starred in some Marx Brothers films. So this is the first time I've heard of Jobina Lancaster Ralston, silent movie actress. You know, those were big back in the early 1900s. The Marx Brothers films, the Marx Brothers were a famous silent acting duo. You know, you also had Charlie Chaplin. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them, but those were the things. Those were the thing back in the early 1900s. But I'm just walking down Main Street here in South Pittsburg. As you can tell, it is a sleepy town. But these are some of my favorite places to visit because it is so quiet. It's not a lot of hustle and bustle. And in this particular case, here in South Pittsburg, you get a nice view of those mountains. So you have a hair salon right here. Of course, you're going to have a lot of these mom and pop stores, boutiques, restaurants, all of those things. There aren't anything really open right now because of how early it is. As you can see, of course, they have the Halloween decorations right here. Christmas night shootout. Okay, so I guess over here at the corner of 3rd Street and Cedar Avenue, there was a gunfight that took place Christmas night of 1927, which left 6 officers dead and several injured, bringing national attention to the city. Dead were Sheriff G. Washington Coppinger, Deputy Lorenza A. Hennessy, City Marshals Benjamin Parker and Ewing Smith, and Weather Guard Orrin LaRoe. Police Chief James Conner died the next day. Governor Henry Horton dispatched the National Guard to curtail additional violence. So that's an unfortunate part of history here in South Pittsburg. But I guess right here, it's basically like a backstory to what led to the shooting, apparently. 1927, H. Wetter Manufacturing Company, South Pittsburgh's largest employer, a unionized company, closed the stove factory. So I think that was the building we saw earlier that manufactured stoves. When Wetter tried to reopen with non-union labor, the unions established picket lines. The strike hurt the local economy. High tension between 4 local unions and Wetter not only drove a wedge between employer and employees, but divided residents, politicians, and law enforcement officials. Growing resentment coupled with political rivalries from the last sheriff's race soon led to the officer battling officer. So yeah, there was a lot of tensions behind that particular picket, you know, unions being involved. And usually when there's a strike because of a work stoppage, that affects the economy greatly. No work is being done, and nobody's making any money, so that's going to cause a lot of tension. So that was a really dark part of history, but on back to a positive note. This is a really nice looking town right here. They have the local barber shop. They have a local t-shirt stop right here. South Pittsburg Pirates. So I take it that that's the local high school, South Pittsburg High School. They have an opera house right here as well. Got your antique store right over here, which of course, being that South Pittsburg was a small town, you're gonna have an antique shop. Magic shows every Saturday, so they have a magic box theater. Okay. I wanted to get a shot of this building so you guys see how old it is. This establishment right here is called Lloyd's. Lloyd's since 1865. I guess this is the company right here. Looks like they sell a bunch of antiques and stuff like that. Look at those mountains over there. Look at that. That is so lush and so very appealing. It's the backdrop. You see this fountain right here that has no water dripping. It's a non-operational fountain. That's one thing you're gonna get when you come into Tennessee, especially Eastern Tennessee. You're gonna see a lot of scenery like this. There goes the city marker. South Pittsburg, established in 1873. And again, that was after the Civil War. Check this out. Arts in the Berg. So they have a little non-profit arts organization over here. And it sits over here right by the Princess Theater. So that's across the street to where I was not too long ago. And check this out. This is the Wilson building. The renovation of this building has been done in honor of Joe Ray and Juanita Wilson, who gave their best to God, their family, and their hometown, South Pittsburg, Tennessee, and that was in February of 2002. It's a nice building. It's a very old brick building right here. And let's see, you have the National Cornbread Festival. Oh my goodness, I done heard it all. They have a cornbread festival here. Wow, interesting. Okay, nothing wrong with that. That's another thing too, guys. Those who aren't familiar with the South, a lot of these small towns, they have these festivals of different random things. Like you have azalea festivals, you have peanut festivals, you have avocado festivals, you have all type of stuff, and in this particular case you have the cornbread festival. Oh man, but that's cool. That's a really nice thing to have. It definitely highlights the culture here, and cornbread is good, by the way. Does the body real good, if you guys know what I mean. But look at this. This is an Italian artisan bakery, Alejandro's. So yeah, you have small businesses right here. You have an eye doctor or eyewear place. It's called it's an optometrist actually. Yep, Spectacles Family Eye Care. Yeah, so you have your eye doctor there. El Toro Mexican restaurant. Okay. In honor of Dr. Hiram B. Moore and Stella Epps Moore. Okay. Okay, across the street you have your local coffee shop called Spill Coffee and Creamery. This is Elm Avenue right here. So at the corner of 3rd Street and Elm Avenue. So that building right there, guys, is South Pittsburg City Hall. I thought it was a church at first. It kind of has the architecture of like some type of chapel or something. But yeah, that's City Hall for South Pittsburg. And you have right over here the American Legion post. It has the army tank in the front of it. And there goes the town's post office right across the street. Here's a marker for James Thomas Fitzgerald Jr., who was a captain of the U.S. Air Force from 1920 to 1948. Born July 13, 1920 in South Pittsburg, James Jim Thomas Fitzgerald Jr. was appointed to the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, New York in 1940. Interested in aviation since childhood, he graduated in the first class of wings of West Point. Assigned in April 1944 to the 8th Air Force in England, he was taken prisoner in August after his plane was shot down over Germany during his 28th combat mission. He was a prisoner of war in Stalag Luft, the 3rd prison, until liberated in April 1945. So that's just a brief history of James Thomas Fitzgerald Jr., Captain Fitzgerald. I like this bench right here. Bench sits in front of this hair salon. And in loving memory of Bentley Buchanan, be a voice, not an echo. That's facts. So in other words, be the leader, not the follower. Got it. Oh, this is the South Pittsburg Heritage Museum. Okay. So I'm pretty sure a bunch of artifacts and historical relics commemorating South Pittsburg. Taste and See Takeout Cafe. Okay. They're not open. Okay, I missed this earlier. They have a mural right here that welcomes you to South Pittsburg, Tennessee, and then the drawing of the National Cornbread Festival logo. So, home of the National Cornbread Festival. Okay. I can't get over how really nice this this view is. With the election coming up, I see a lot of campaign posters. There's one right here for the municipal election for the mayor, Sean Hinston. And of course, they have campaign literature up for the upcoming presidential election with Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. Wonder what this is. This looks like is this a stage or something? Looks like a little outdoor stage, because I see bleachers over here. Which brings me to the end of this South Pittsburg video. Just wanted to give you guys a look and a tour of South Pittsburg, Tennessee. And if you made it this far, please hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you can get notified every time I drop a new vlog. And yes, I'm now at 200 plus subscribers, so I'm very excited about that. This channel was constantly growing, but it couldn't happen without you guys who show support. And to all my small YouTube channels who I recently subscribed to, let's keep this thing going. We're growing, we growing like a family on this platform together. So with that in mind, drop a comment, and yeah, stay tuned for more videos coming down the pipeline. Until then, I'm P9 signing out. Peace. Have a great day.